So we'll call this meeting of the Paintsville Utilities Commission to order. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Nick's watch.
Official walk on top.
We'll do roll call. Tim?
Here.
Mitch?
Here.
LB? I believe we have a quorum. Review and approval of the minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
We have a motion, we have a second. Second. All in favor? Approved. Review and approval of the operating report.
Make a motion to approve the operating report.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Yeah. Approved. Consideration of construction pay requests and contract change orders.
I'll put it in my packet.
You missing it?
So no, I don't have one either. That was not in the packet you got, we just got this request in today.
Yeah, it should be this one.
So here's things.
Did you find it? I thought we put it in there. You don't have one?
I get in there.
Oh.
Actually, we got some of these in this afternoon, so it's kind of a last minute stick them in the packets and this one got missed, including mine. Okay, we do have several this month. We have 3 from Bell Engineering. Invoice 180748 for the wastewater treatment plant flow meter replacement, $3,605. Funded by Paintsville Utilities.
You want a motion on each one?
However you want to do it.
Make a motion to pay the first pay request for Bell Engineering.
Second.
Approved.
Next is invoice 180747 for the design phase of the miscellaneous water systems improvement, phase 2. $3,331.25, funded by Paintsville Utilities.
Make a motion we agree to pay that.
Second. All in favor? Approved.
Next from Bell is 180746. The design phase of the Palo Addition Sewer Project, $2,050, and that will be funded by Rural Development.
Make a motion to pay.
Second.
Second.
Approved.
Okay, moving on to the I&I project, we have Aikens Excavating, invoice number 12, $261,249.05, funded by Rural Development.
Make a motion that we pay it.
Second.
Approved.
Next is invoice 13 from Thomas Environmental, also the I&I project, $161,552.04, funded by Rural Development.
Make a motion to approve the payment.
Second.
Approved.
And invoice number 14, Bocook Engineering on the I&I project, $19,437.54, funded by Rural Development.
Make a motion we pay Boca Engineering.
Second.
Approved.
On the legal services, do we have to table that till next time?
So we're going to table legal services invoices till next month. We'll move on to other operating invoices. Bob?
Got nothing extraordinary there.
Make a motion that we pay the other operating invoices.
Second.
Approved. Departmental reports. I know with all you guys back there, I know you all got something to say. It was a great day until I keep going back and forth with him.
Everybody's been busy today, from what I've heard. System will keep you busy at times, most times.
Y'all have anything you want to add to your department reports?
I would like to make one comment in respect to our personnel. I remember years ago that we had some workers working over on crossing the Dairy Queen, and were working in close proximity to the road, and I was kind of shocked because we didn't have cones out. People weren't wearing any kind of clothing that, you know, in proximity to the road that they should have been wearing as far as I was concerned. And I really thought that at that particular time that we were kind of in an unsafe situation for our workers. And today, in fairly close proximity to that, but down from the Dairy Queen a little ways towards the other direction, we were unloading today a small excavator, and the dump truck was there, the trailer was there, and I was proud to say that the person doing that work had all the safety equipment on. He putting the cones out. I was actually well pleased with the condition in terms of the environment, and it's kind of pleasing to me to see that we've made those kind of strides in safety for our employees.
That's the lead of these guys sitting right over here.
That's what I'm saying. That's you ought to be commended from my perspective and the steps y'all have taken to improve safety.
And start off. Quit on.
Oh, man.
And also following up on that, we're trying to make upgrades in our safety lighting on the vehicles as well, especially for the trucks that are out there a lot.
Like I said, this was coned off. There's 4 or 5 cones in place. I was just really tickled the way to see the things that had changed in respect to
We appreciate that.
safety.
Seven, old business, downtown I&I. Just has Mr. Dewey over there.
Contract one this past month had approximately 2,600 feet of line, and which brings the total almost 28,000 feet, which is about 67% of the total contract dollar-wise. Included in that was 36 services was reopened. They replaced the existing casting and lids on the outfall lines to waterproof casting and bolt down lids that's along the river or creek bank. They did 3 spot repairs, one over Preston Street, one at Richmond Village, and one on 5th Street. They raised the lid on 3rd Street, and the city actually paved around it. They continued to clean the video lines in now in section or sub area 2, which is on Depot Road over toward and then on toward the railroad track and the railroad track. They'll be lining on that this week. There's 6,000 or 7,000, 8,000 feet of line to be lined through there. They've got that all videoed. There's a lot of old houses there, a lot of, at one time apparently, a lot of laterals went into it. They've seen a lot of roots and so forth. There's quite a bit of infiltration. I would suspect with all those trains going up and down there that PCT pipe is probably vibrated and loosened up.
Currently, do you know if there's currently things coming from those pipes, or is it
There is.
abandoned?
Oh, there's flow through in them, yes.
They're all still good then, as far as something's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, but what we're going to plan to do is not reconnect those because they don't go to anything.
It's along the riverbank there where they tore all those houses down, but it still does tie in back in the depot area and flow all the way back through. So you have to maintain the line, but we need to eliminate all those old taps.
That's
Those
why I
houses.
want anything that taps, anything that's still
Yeah.
actual.
Well, the city garage and then out the other end, so in between, it needs to be sealed up.
Who owns that property?
Contract 2. is approximately 79% complete. They're still working on the installation of electrical, new panel on Island Creek and roughed in telemetry on Depot, Island Creek, and Cross Creek 1. Upcoming work for contract 2. Complete the pump installation and flange conversion at West Vander Pump Station. And the big part of it's the bore under the river, which supposedly will be started. The contractors informed us that it'll be October 8th when it'll start. That's any questions?
Have we added a lot of items to contract too?
There has.
Several.
Ballpark number,
Off the top of my head,
10, 15 items,
There's
Not that
5,
many.
6 change
Yeah,
orders.
they're-
six changes. Okay. So we never at that time looked at giving them more time due to the change orders.
No, you have a request in front of you to extend this contract. The reason for that extension is actually the subcontractor on that force main, which was part of the original contract, that new force main. It's just the subcontractor's not ready to go yet.
But there's no liquidated damages set up by not being done by a certain date or anything like that.
There should probably something in there, but
What do you want? Portion?
Well, that's what I was wondering, if we did things and we never gave them more time, then I can legitimately see, yeah, let's give them the time.
They had some rain days too.
yeah, they have to figure out the rain days. And this contract is shorter than the contract 1. So there's actually another 6 months to go on contract 1.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luke.
I make a recommendation to extend contract 1 until January 9th, 2019.
Contract 2
Contract 2.
with Thomas Environmental.
Yep.
Motion and second.
I'm not second.
That's what I said, do we have a second? I'm pointing to you.
I'll second.
Change.
You want me to do it all in favor? We're ready.
You'll hear silence.
On to the new business. Surplus vehicles.
Is there anything ongoing project for old business?
No.
I'll make a motion that we declare the 2010 Chevrolet Silverado and the 2008 GMC Sierra trucks as surplus property.
Second.
Okay, and
So,
David has prepared this document to make sure we do that properly. And I'll get your signature after the meeting, if that's okay.
that,
I guess just as a matter of course too, I'll also include in that motion that the vehicles be transferred to the city of Paintsville once we declare them as surplus property.
You agree, two seconds?
yeah. All in favor? I have a house service truck at the water plant.
You've got that information in front of you, for the discussion.
Carl, did you say earlier that you did get a quote for a new pump?
Pump, yes, another one.
How much is the pump?
I think I get you that one.
Around 44.
44.
I put in the papers well in excess of 40,000, I think about 44.
Yeah, 44.
I mean, typically when you're lying here, Bob, you've got the pump repair, the motor repair, reinstall. Since the pump repair is more than half of what a new pump would be costing, would it be better for us to just purchase the new pump
Because we're looking at a pump that's not that old. Did they speculate, Carl, that that may have been caused by that surge valve?
That's what they told me anyway. The guy that installed said those pumps should last at least 15 years. We got 4 out of them.
There was no warranty on it then, or?
No, no, no.
What about the motor repair? You got any what a new motor would cost?
I haven't priced it, all that stuff.
We could,
We can.
Well, I'm just looking for,
right, we could,
there might be some warranty on what
Sure.
you buy, do the benefit cost ratio.
apparently the warranties are pretty short on all this stuff. Got
Once it's
frustrating.
in, that's it.
No, typically about a year, I think, all this stuff. We could hold off on this for a few days and see what we find out. If that's what you wish.
What's your thoughts, Mitch?
I'm in favor of waiting and see what the new would cost.
And maybe go ahead and get a cost from a new motor also.
So on hot service pump, we're just gonna table it until Bob gets back to us with it, more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, and lead time will be a key issue.
Yeah, let us know that.
Yeah.
Between lead time for repair or actually just getting a hold of them, same thing for the motor.
8C, the Honey Branch. They already asked for it.
We do have 5 failed or failing aerators. Need to ratify the action of purchasing those at $43,685.07.
Make a motion to purchase the new one.
Second. Do we have a second on that?
I second that we had already ratified, and this is second for ratification of the vote that we'd already made.
Yeah, from last month.
Well, it's actually, I think, by way of text.
Correct.
Yeah, so I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Approved. I'm so used to waiting for LB to chime in.
Keep sending out every one of these things.
Keep me off quiet tonight.
Buy dinner.
I don't have anything in there for grade D, Jane?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
some.
I know. I started to say, we had such a time.
8D, the Paintsville water, the flow monitoring.
Yes, got word late last week that they intend to approve those plans early this week. So we would like to have permission to go ahead and bid that as soon as.
Motion for that?
I make a motion that we grant Bob the authorization to advertise for bids on this particular project once the approval is received from the Division of Water.
So,
Oh, second.
All in favor, yeah.
Aye.
Bob, do we need to have an executive session?
Actually, I've got a couple more items of new business I've added today. This agenda was actually made week before last before I went on vacation, so. I would like to get authorization to go ahead and place an order for 3 more trucks delivery in March. There's a very long lead time on these now, and we can designate rough delivery dates now.
So will we turn in 3 new trucks, 3 older trucks to replace with new trucks?
We will most likely declare 3 more trucks surplus at that point.
how are we, we've been at this now for a little while, have we pretty much replaced all our older vehicles yet, or how many more older vehicles?
So look at those. We've got maybe 10 owned pickups at this point. We've got 2 or 3 that are starting to get several miles on them, and got one that, for some unknown reason, is a high maintenance 911. We'll see a lot of brakes, various things. It was in the shop last week while I was gone, I saw the repair order come through.
How many years has this been on the,
We got
The lease.
we got the first units in fall of 15.
I think the thought was within 5 years we'd have everything.
And that's pretty much where we're going. And I feel a whole lot better about those trucks out on the road now than what we had.
We still got how many company owned?
Roughly, I'm not sure of that number exactly.
No, it sounded like we must have gotten off schedule then.
A little bit. Or,
You want me to grab my list from downstairs?
I've got it actually right here.
Okay.
Who else I had it? It will be 10 once the Newville surplus comes out, we just did.
So we had 12 before that.
Yeah.
How many do we have under lease?
I had those numbers for me on vacation, I can't remember.
Like 15.
21. 3 of them, brand new.
Okay. So we're about a year behind then, so we must have been planning on doing about 6 a year.
Yeah. We just did 2 that first go around. Now, we've got some 2014 model trucks that will carry us on the rest of that time frame. We hope.
Okay.
Most of them aren't too bad on miles.
So you want a motion for us for what purpose?
Just to authorize me to go ahead and place the order for 3 more for spring delivery.
Okay, so moved.
Got a second? All in favor, aye? Approved.
One more item. I would like for us to go ahead and have a midterm election, designating Jimmy Wright as our chair, and my suggestion that we would name our immediate past chair, Mitch Kenner, as vice chair for the remainder of this calendar year.
Can he second that? It's easy to vote for it.
And the chairman, let me do the chip
Let's
ice.
do the first half of that.
So moved.
Wait. Yeah.
I'll say nay.
No, second.
That was just for the remainder of this year.
Well, that's good.
But then
Just a couple
December, it's gonna be permanent. Unless.
Ooh.
Tell me what that unless is.
Like, you know, with
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we had a motion second, and I'll continue as chair to the end of the year at least. And then the other half?
Actually, I just officially named you as chair for the vice chair.
And then I think the other half of that was, can we do that part too?
The vice chair.
We're trying to drag you right in there, brother.
Do next one.
He'll beat you back. Anything else, Bob?
Nothing under the business.
Not an executive session. We need to have an executive session.
We do need to have a quick executive session for potential litigation and personnel.
We have a motion to go into executive session.
Make a motion to go into executive session.
no. I'll second.
Motion to second.
Session?
We have a second?
So ready?
Yeah.
I'll second.
All in favor?
In terms of report, the commission did take action with regards to with regard to personnel. That action will be withheld pending notification of that employee. No other action is taken.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second? Yeah, Lee seconded. I heard him.
Second.
We are adjourned.